Oh, you could hear me sneezing. I thought I was muted. Okay. That makes things awkward. Okay, okay. We got a little water action going in the background. See if that's good. Main screen. We're here. We're Elden Ring in the new year. What's up, everybody? Yeah, the normal Sunday stream. Title of the stream: I feel God in this Texas Roadhouse tonight. And some of you will know where I'm kind of drawing from. Originally, there's a hey Upcycle, what's up? In the conversation that has been kind of going around the internet a little bit with Rain Wilson, there's this kind of talk about like feeling God in a place. That you can be an atheist and feel God and talk about that. So I think my idea was kind of getting into talking about spiritual experience. I think that might be fun and kind of dive into that. But as I sat down, it looks like Ronnie wants to talk, so we'll talk to Ronnie real fast.
Even when I turned my back upon the two fingers, Blythe remained my loyal ally. Though he was created a vassal for an Empyrean, he was a colossal failure on the part of the two fingers, Blythe and E.G. both. Art willing to give too much to me, yet they both understand what lieth beyond the dark path, that I must betray everything and rid the world of what came before. Ah. Should I add thee to the list? Another one, kind of heart. As kind of heart as they.
Excuse me as I try to figure out this label's Twitch chat for some reason. We'll take it. We'll get our chat going so we can see Up's messages here. And I think we're good. We'll continue the conversation.
This form hath loosened my tongue. I've let slip too much. Forget what thou'st heard. Forget. I've let slip. Forget what thou...
Okay. So, one thing that comes to my mind when kind of talking about spiritual experience is, specifically, oddly enough, matches similarly to the experience Pam has that they're referencing from The Office. The quote coming from, I feel God in this Chili's tonight. And as soon as that was brought up, it reminded me of an experience that I thought of, which was not too long ago, within the last kind of year or so. Going to a Texas Roadhouse for the first time. For those of you who are unfamiliar, it's kind of like a steakhouse. Pretty similar to like an Outback Steakhouse or something like that. But the key difference is that there's a lot of pieces to making the experience a very specific experience. So all the like wait staff are all kind of wearing shirts that say I love my job. They regularly are playing country music. it's just a very crafted environment. It's very specific to the experience that they are wanting to give. Let's not get cursed real fast. We'll move on. And so with that, they have like these rituals that they'll do throughout the time. Throughout your meal there, right? Every hour or so, they'll play a specific song. I don't know the song off the top of my head. And they'll play this song. Oh, that's looks like Blythe.
O Shadow,
Oh no.
thou art the last. Tell the two fingers that Rani the witch cometh to rend thy flesh with a fateful wound, ne'er to heal.
Okay. Yikes. Oh no. We will continue the story. Oh, dang. Okay, so they have all these rituals that they'll do, and it involves, you know, group dance, and another one is whenever somebody's birthday, they'll potentially put them on a saddle and ask everybody to proceed to tell them happy birthday. And it's a very odd experience. But specifically the, let me pull this up so I can see stuff. But specifically the experience that comes to mind is the context of the first time that I went. It was, you know, post-election season. Everybody around me in my local area votes a particular way, and so they were not pleased by the results of these elections, at least on the federal level. And so there was a sense in which if you were happy in public, it was considered bad manners, maybe, would be one way of putting it. But almost like you had no regard for the people who were suffering or hurting. It was considered, you know, it was a taboo, definitely. And so the experience of going to a Texas Roadhouse, then, because all the people there, right, they weren't like particularly politically inclined any particular direction, right? I know I said the same word 17 times, but I think that communicates. Oh, what is that? You drained my health after? Oh. And so to be in a place where people were happy to see one another, and it was like it was like a place that was different. There was like some sort of camaraderie there that was not present. It was actually oppositely present everywhere else. And you know, it's one of those times where I'm very comfortable saying like, oh, that was like a religious experience. It was very odd, to say the least. As much as saying that in the first place might be very odd for people. Can I please just... Oh, dang it. They really do make this this run-up as short but annoying as possible. Maybe we'll throw a... There we go. And then take that. There. And we'll actually try to survive this time. Do our best. And so part of me has also just tried to figure out like what is that. I think there is this element of psychological technology that we talk about. What's going on? Man, he does so much damage. Oh. Gosh. Okay. Do I approach? Every time I feel like I need to heal. Oh, he heals too? Well, that's not ideal. Did twist it around. Okay. Oh my gosh. This might be one of those, we will return situations. Oh! I see an elevator, so we could just try to run ahead and see. We'll rush it. We have nothing to lose, right? If we're gonna lose the souls anyway, let's just go. There's a line from Nick Cave song. Song being Mercy Seat. And it's an account of a man who is on death row and is about to be executed. And the line that sticks out to me is hide in death a while. This kind of idea of temporarily, you know, entering into death as an escape. In his case, I think there is a bit of this kind of religious context that's kind of coming in that he is also referring to. Oh, this might be an easier run than the last one. We can come out from the other direction. I might prefer this. See if we can do that instead of having to go through those annoying guys. Do we have a? I guess we do have the map. I don't know why none of this is lit though. Interesting. And there is a bit of that in Dark Souls there's the death that's not really death, that it's just kind of a temporary reprieve from being attacked. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Oh. Okay, so he'll swing and then I'll jump. Okay. It's just kind of a speed to his swings that are just, it's just not familiar, we'll say. Okay, one hit. Oh. Okay. I can handle those. is a pretty easy amount. I'm not confident to hit the one straight on yet. He's a 2-hitter right there. Oh, he holds that one for a very long time. Oh. This does not look fun either. F. Oh, there's a map though. There's an entrance right there. Supposedly there's something over here. There's a little building. And then there's something over here. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I have a feeling Scarlet Rot will not be good for me. There's a lot of damage. We might take a pause on this route. Take an alternate route, because we came here just to kind of move that forward. We did move it forward a bit. Maybe we'll Abandoned coffin. We did arrive through here. There's an old tunnel that we went into, but I feel like that's just a dungeon. Maybe we'll find out where the volcano is. Let's go here. We'll explore this side. Just have a good wandering time. We'll go through this valley down here. See if we can find any. Actually, I think we've gone through this valley. Yeah, this valley leads here. That leads up. Ledge up there, maybe? Ideally, we find a good path forward to the manor. Picking up where we're talking, so we have these kind of religious experiences, right? A lot of them are crafted around human interaction. Oh, is this already? Oh, we already took this. Okay, so we already completed that. This leads down there. So we already did the dungeon up there. Ah, okay. We're making some progress. Maybe we'll go down and we'll go on the slower path. But these experiences, how would you be able to define them? There's, again, some sort of unified human expression. So that's often through like music, song. You'll see that often in like any kind of religious service. There's that. And a lot of this you can see in attempts to kind of recreate this in an atheistic context. Like, every so often I'll see like signs, even locally, for like atheist kind of churches or services of some sort. I don't know if they would refer to themselves as a church, but in an attempt to kind of separate the two from one another. But it's interesting because you see this attempt both ways. It's to separate the physical kind of rituals from the spiritual context. So you'll see that. That's often also like psychological Buddhism, you'll see. Like Western Buddhism is a lot like that, from my perspective at least. I can be corrected because I know we have some people here who are a little bit more experienced in that regard. Oh, this is a guy. Then you also see the spiritual but not religious movement, where you have some of the context, some of that like religious or spiritual context, and then it's severed from the rituals. And you see that kind of is the way that a lot of these groups form. It's attachment to one or the other. And it's wherever you kind of put the blame might be part of it, right? Was it the rituals that were the problem, or was it the spiritual context? The part that comes to my mind is. There's a lot of lightning. What is that lightning? Chesterton talks about how Christianity is unique in a lot of ways because it combines things that are opposite and seemingly contradictory, and somehow tries to find a line through them. Try not to get hit by lightning, I guess. And he says that there are other two explanations why people kind of will see Christianity as kind of deformed or malformed. Either it's it really is. Like, it's a monster. Wait, did I have no health? One shot me? Okay. Oh, I summoned the Mimic. I was being stupid. Okay. Fair enough. I was distracted. That's one perspective. And then the other side is that it actually... It's us that are kind of malformed, and we're looking upon it incorrectly. And I don't know, I think that's an interesting kind of path through it. And then he also brings up the question on how do you combine things that are seemingly incompatible. There's one way in which you can water things down, and so he talks about having red and white, these two colors. Specifically on the English flag, because that's his cultural context. He talks about the red and white next to each other, and the stark difference that they create. And he says, you know, you could easily combine them by watering them down and creating it just pink. But it doesn't retain any of the brilliance of these two stark contrasting colors, like creating contrast, creating beauty out of it. And so he argues that, you know, what's it's the best is to kind of hold both at once and not, you know, compromise. It's the best of both. But that's a difficult path to walk, right? I think many of us kind of find something that we love or stick to it, and have a hard time kind of grabbing both and moving forward with it. Oh, we're just gonna beat on him. Oh, nice. You're wrecked. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I regret it. Forgive me. It's a refining process. This is how you build tension, you know? You make it seem like it's close and it's really not. Make it through here and hope we don't get hit by a ballista. But oh, what? I think for the first time, bitrate looks fine. That's good to see. Oh no. We'll just jump. No. That worked. Okay. Where was I? Maybe it's time to talk about hubris. I think oftentimes it's pretty easy to, you know, get caught up and finding that balance between confidence and hubris. I've yet to encounter. I'm still working on it. There was a marker here the entire time. Okay. This is why we're here. And finding that middle ground of being confident in the right things, of you know, moving that direction is incredibly difficult. I don't know about how you all feel about this, but you know, oftentimes I find that as soon as I feel I'm confident in anything, I immediately kind of fall into some sort of hubris. Oh no. Okay, so maybe being on the horse is not the right choice. Because he'll hit me. Oh, what? Dang, okay. Ooh. Take a break if I can. Nice. Okay. We'll take it. Oh. Wait, another way down. Interesting. Okay. And then we'll be down here, and then we'll notice that it's that, you know, lava area with the the running monsters that one-shot you. We'll see. We'll see. I guess they're not monsters, they're traps. Sancted Hero's Grave. This looks like it. This is the same spot. Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no. Oh gosh. Well. Let's go back to here. And we'll turn off the chat for a second. Someday I will figure out how to do this and not have, you know, scams being spammed in chat, but I prefer not to leave something on. Shadows bathe in light and knows weakness. Talisman ahead. Right, take a talisman. Can we get a good, Hey, we'll take it. I don't know if it'll actually be of help, but we'll go ahead. Someone died around the corner here. Okay, so he's chased out. I see two. Beware dark spot. Monsters ahead. It's annoying. Hopefully they don't follow too far. We'll just be on our way. Some of this feels very safe. I won't lie. Okay, I see how this is. We're putting Legend of Zelda mechanics into the Elden Ring now. Welcome back. Welcome to the party. Not here, ahead. Okay. Move ahead. There's an old Greek song that translates to, "My dreams were red and yours were white. We watched them together, pink and bright." Oh. Interesting. What is the, is it a new union? You know, two things coming together to create something new and beautiful. Is that the image? I know Chesterton's is very, maybe not. It's not very positive. He doesn't like pink very much, we'll say. I feel like we're supposed to go into the hole. Is this not? Especially if there's a way to get them all kind of together. Close gate. Got some traps back there. Looks like it's about it here. We'll move on ahead. Some more shadows. Okay. Relationships changing over time. Interesting. Lots of guys down here. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Gosh, no, 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 no. We don't accept this. Looks like it might be around the corner here. Oh gosh. We might take that first turn, see what goes that way. Oh, thanks, Ups. Very, very generous of you. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Oh, might be a short. Wait. The right way is around the corner, I think. Try healing. I don't like that. I do not like that. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, this is horrifying. I'm sorry everybody for the nightmares. We'll just move on. We'll here we saw that thing in the mask. Okay. It's there. There's just an item ahead. What's going on here? Hey Ron, what's up? We are talking a bit about religious experience when I'm not distracted, and the Texas Roadhouse experience I had a while back. Yeah, hopefully we won't get jumped by a million other guys. And we'll move back. Okay. Felt like there was one more, but we'll... Oh, there was. Okay. We're trying not to die. I know that's Oh my god. That's the other thing. Today's been a lot of dying, but that's die to yourself daily. think that's something that people say. We'll probably not go back this way, but we'll probably just kind of run through those traps, being instant kills and everything. That's not pleasant. We'll deal with him. I don't really like running away from these guys if I don't have to. Come on. Okay. And part of what that is it's a mild processing of you know, what do people mean when they're talking about having a religious experience? And how that there's a lot of rituals to it that people are encountering. Oh, I missed his window. Come on. And among these, okay, that one just went down. We can get this guy. Hope that this guy doesn't miss. Okay. Okay. That one just went down. That one just went down. Take this one. We'll take this guy out. Take this guy out. And run! Come on. Okay. Maybe we just have to take things slow. Nice. No, 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 no. I don't. I'm glad that was considered invulnerable moment, because that was particularly not a fun thing to do. Head up here, do this. Nice. We'll take it. And so there are these kind of psychological elements that we're all kind of experiencing and processing. Trying to hold what? Where am I? Oh gosh. It's back. It's back. Okay. Oh no. Okay. We did it. We did it. And things that we kind of all unify around, I think they're kind of these shared rituals across human experience, right? You have music and like chanting together, I think is another like common where in the world is light? Was there a light back here? Did I miss it? Or do I have to like run all the way back? Not ideal, not ideal. Usually you want to be able to fight back. Let's get to it. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Okay, one went down. That one went down. That one went down. Perfect. Is he following? He is following. Come on. Oh gosh, that was that was way too close for comfort. Oh, come on. Oh, please, 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 please. Come on, drop. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. You'll take it. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. Did I take him to the wrong light? Yeah, yeah, come here. Come here. There we go. Ooh, okay, okay. See if we can just kind of take this out. And he really is just... There we go. That was all we needed. Gosh, okay. Now we just have to not be stupid and let this drop. And then let this drop. Okay. And so we have these like sets of practices, right? That we see across time. Okay, there's that one. Still hard to see these. Okay, there's that one. Go back up, we'll grab our stuff, and we'll be on our way. And we had mentioned, right, that often we try to separate them. We try to find ways in which we can participate them otherwise, right? You have concerts are like one major one that you'll see a lot. How did you respawn? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my gosh. Today's not my day. So you see these with concerts, or with live streams, or with all these things. You see trying to incorporate some of these rituals into the way we do things. So, you know, for example, you have... Oh, that would kill it. Oh, did that turn it off for everybody? At least that's something. The shadows are no more. Wait, that one wasn't in shadow, but these are. Okay, so I think it's just a mistake. But we'll move on. And with incorporating these things, come on. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay, okay, okay. Get out of the way, get out of the way. Okay. And I think when we don't have these things, and we don't have, you know, shared music of some sort, and kind of some sort of cultural, not even cultural, but like sociological maybe experience of being in a group, it can be extremely difficult. But I think rightfully so, we look at a lot of expressions of this and how it can go horribly wrong. The unifying in a group doesn't often leads to some outcomes that we might want to avoid. And so how do you, I mean, this is the eternal question, right? And I think this is what we're kind of, we've worked through for a long time as humans. And now we're just kind of coming to the point where we're starting to be able to ask the question out loud. Is, how do we go about organizing, or like choosing what we organize and making it like good, you know? Maybe I'm not able to articulate this question. But how do you organize around the right thing instead of the wrong thing? I think often we're still stuck on, we're not organizing at all anymore because, you know, we don't want to organize around the wrong thing, so we won't organize at all. And then we see the repercussions of this. Yes, CC. Exactly. The HOA is where you find all your meaning. I really don't want to run into this guy again. Please just ignore me. Is he gone? I'll take it. This guy should just be a temporary thing. He shouldn't be around here anymore. I don't even think these are worth it, but we'll do it. But we'll organize around the wrong stuff all the time. And, people who kind of are in those experiences, those very negative experiences of a structure like that going wrong, oftentimes they are very anti-organization at all, which they can handle usually. It usually is a very difficult experience, but they can kind of do it. Bloodstain ahead, but weak foe. That's rude. Okay. America? That's not me talking about America, that's the dock in Poland. Try right. I don't know. Didn't expect weak bow. Try range battle. Okay. I'll take that. It's fine. Maybe we'll go for another one just in case. Okay, got back. Oh, AoE, fun. I don't like this. Oh, okay, another AoE that I did not expect. We'll take the cheese victory. Fair enough. And so exactly, Susie, you get these situations in which people organize and then they find whatever they can to kind of get around, and so it becomes, you know, people who look like me or people who live in my neighborhood are the in group, and the out group is everybody else who lives outside of it. The in group is the people who live in my neighborhood who maintain their property, and our kind of social cohesion metric is, are you able to keep our shared property value up or not? And I think from the outside you can look at that and you can say, like, man, that, like, you must be like really horrible to even get to that point. But I think it's an easy thing to get to if you have no other kind of structure to your life, if that's all it ends up being. I don't like that is there. Okay, fun. Somehow I have the feeling that I shouldn't be here right now. Oh, I don't like how much damage I did. Maybe we'll just go over to that church down there, and we'll come back to fight a dragon later. I hope that he just kind of gives us some space. Interesting. Lightning Great Bolt, Gravel Stone. And so maybe this is like the real question, is like, when everything feels like they're saying that they have the right answer, like, how do you actually know when someone does have the right answer? You can tolerate anything except the outgroup. True that. Man. I'm all for inclusion, unless you're excluding people, then I don't want to include you. It's a lot of, I don't know. It's, because it's one of those questions that I think everybody has asked, like, over the course of history, implicitly or not. It's a difficult problem to kind of get a handle on. Because everybody has claims, and everybody kind of has their way of doing things. And for the most part, the way that I've seen most people deal with it is just kind of to ignore the problem entirely and to say, you know what, I don't really know. I'm just going to choose the group that I'm around and kind of stick with it and see where it goes. You know, there is something to that. But you are going to reach a point where it's just not going to work. So what do you do then? I think that's what you preach with the deconstruction stuff. It's like there's a point in which you know? Why? I can't just say you know. There's a point in which you reach the end and you realize that you chose wrong, but you don't know what was wrong, why it was wrong. You just know it was wrong. Sometimes you know just because, you know, there's a implicit sense inside of you that feels a certain way, but then other times, like, you know, I see people and they say something was wrong, and I don't know. Maybe that was right. Maybe it's just that you're holding something else at a much higher place in the way that you organize things and think about these things. So all that stuff is down there. I want to make my way over this way. This we can hit this. We'll go south and we'll go around. All I know is that I don't know nothing. Yeah. And I think that's the piece of it, is at what point is it enough, you know? To just say this is enough to live off of, and I can learn more later, but this is the right direction to go. And I don't know if you can do anything except just kind of be intuitive with it. Say, you know, that's the best I can do. You can't be wrong in a virtuous manner. I'm a firm believer in being productively wrong. You can be wrong in a virtuous manner. Well, that's exactly it, right? Like, that's the humility piece, is being willing to say, you know, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you the little bit I do know, and I can live like that, and we'll make it work. I feel like there should be a site of grace down here. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything I can say except I don't know. Like, that's the core of it. I think I can say, you know, I have a direction. I feel it works. And there are people I trust. But man, it's hard if you're building your world on people that you trust, and then one of them lets you down. Oh, it's a not uncommon experience, right? It's kind of a universal thing. Two guards, scary guys, and what else is over here? This is an elevator. Grand lift. Looks like it's supposed to be an elevator. Might not be seeing the other side, or it might be that because I didn't go through here the first time. Oh, let's see if we can get the. Oh, nice. Maybe we should actually use our runes and not carrying around this small fortune on our back. There we go. I guess that is why we're trying to find a spot to park ourselves for a little bit. So this kind of ties into being frameless a little bit. I don't like that there's a I mean, if we can summon something, we might as well just to make it work, and then we'll do this. Hope. Seriously doubt that's the thing, though. That feels like a weird. Oh, might be this whole area. Oh, okay, no, it's not this whole area. Interesting, interesting. Okay. That was it? That doesn't feel like it needed anything. That was okay. Fair. Fair enough. Super Saiyan coming back. I'll admit that. I may be stronger than I ought to be for this area, but still. Felt like 3 enemies that were all kind of far apart. Oh, I assumed that there might be a merchant. Yeah. Interesting. We'll go up the side then. See what's over here. But I think what's tough with, I mean, tough. It's more just my frustration, to say, because it might seem like I'm getting frustrated with this idea of framelessness out of nowhere. But part of it's because there is this sense in which people who say they're frameless are kind of acting as if they are they're the objective ones, that they see the world as it should be. But there is no frame in which they see the world, they just see it. And like, what's wrong with you? That you need to have a perspective. And there's a danger to that, too. So it's not only that it annoys me a little bit, but it's also the fact that what it ends up doing is kind of reinforcing this belief that, you know, we all see the world objectively if we just saw it the way I did. Which is a frame, ain't it? Exactly. Exactly. There's only a few people who kind of claim that, right? Like, it's... There's some people who do it outside, and I see that. But I've noticed it particularly often with people who tend to trust a lot in, like, individualism. General kind of, Oh, dang, okay. It tends to be more of that perspective. Isn't every should a frame? Yeah. Like, every time you say something ought to be a certain way, or, you know, every taboo being expressed is a type of frame. I mean, at this point, right, it's hard not to use the word religion. Okay, let's see if we can actually do this. Okay. Did it. Oh, something. Oh gosh. Gosh. Oh. Oh gosh. Okay. No, 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 no. Okay, now we'll take it. Poor Mimic. He's not having a good day. Oh, oh. I feel like my frame rate is kind of tanking right now. Oh, oh, oh. We'll take it. I know, I'm constantly bringing up Chesterton, so please forgive me for that. He has had a significant impact on the way I see things. But he talks about the pull of, like, the reasoned thinking, this idea that, you know, we can see the world objectively. I'm going to put that on it, because I find some kind of similar ground to it, but that's not something he explicitly points out. But a lot of that is kind of rooted in this push for logic and reason that rationalism, I think, is a significant kind of beginning for that. And with that, you have this idea of, like, being free from the odds. Like, no longer are you constrained by being told what to do. And so he talks about a specific poet of his day who talked about the anarchism of elves. That they kind of ride through the sky unconstrained. And he kind of pokes fun and says, you know, it's a pity to say that a poet does not understand elves. But but he certainly doesn't. And he talks about the rules of fairyland. This idea that every single gift in fairy tales is with a condition. Let's probably find a place to cache these souls in, these runes. This is the hill. Can I just go down the hill? And there's a spot down here. Presumably that's like an arena. I don't necessarily want to die on the way, but we'll see what we can do. But yes, how everything is bound up in conditions. So you'll have, you know, Cinderella can have her gown and can go out on the night, but has to be home before midnight, you know, which is somewhat humorous in retrospect, and you know, Chesterton talks about this too, but that it sounds like it's a thing that you could hear it in any home, that the father might tell, you know, his daughter to be home before midnight. It's the common trope in movies where there's a prom. Interesting. So there's a spot down here. I don't know if I want to deal with that. Oh, fun. We are in combat with giants. We'll make our way over this way. See if we can find that site of grace. I feel like a site of grace is kind of necessary right off the lift. Oh. I just kind of look in the wrong place all the time. I find it's right next to me. Oh well. We'll need 2,000 200-ish. 2,300, we'll say. Go through my little bank of souls. Use 2 of these. We're still short? Must have said 2,000. We'll need 1,000 more. Okay, do that real fast. That was embarrassing. Yeah, at least one of these. We'll get just strong enough to be a little stronger. I don't think we kind of ran this way, so let's just explore. But I think part of what Chesterton gets at is that there's this kind of sense in which people are striving for this lawlessness of not being constrained. And this is the same thing that I think we're trying to get at with the framelessness, right? That I don't want to, I'm not bound by any subjective experience. I am just, you know, I'm just existing in the world. I can just see the world as it is. And, you know, there might be subjective experience in there, but it's, like, within understanding of me. Like, I understand it. And so, you know, it's okay. It's not scary. And this kind of attempt to escape any bounds fundamentally leans into more restrictions. Did you find yourself more and more limited and frustrated as you kind of go down this route? You know, as you are trying to find ways to free people to do as they wish, you kind of continually will find that they don't behave as you want them to. They don't behave at all. You know? You see this with this concept of, I don't know, I think about how there's buildings that say, like, gun-free zone on them. And there is a certain extent in which doing that prevents people from kind of going out of their way and, oh gosh, I should have just gone. There we go. And in a certain way, it does, like, tell people who are kind of wielding these weapons illegally, hey, do not enter this area. You know, you are going to be confronted in some way, shape, or form if you, if we find that you have these weapons on you, right? But will that stop anybody who actually seeks to do that? Not usually, right? A lot of these acts of violence happen in places where weapons are not permitted in one way or another. And so it's this concept of, you know, the glass castle comes to mind as well. That even if we were to develop a perfect society, that at the first kind of sign of boredom, someone would smash something just to see something exciting happen. I think that speaks very true to my experience of humanity. Anden's coffin. I believe that is where we want to be. We can go down there and we can see. I don't think we've gone this way yet. And it's funny to me that we've reached a point in which the word utopia has kind of lost all sense of actually being good. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is not everyone else's experience. But my perspective is, whenever I see the word utopia, there is a certain feeling that comes that is uneasy, maybe, that's associated with you know, people who are willing to make significant sacrifices to bring about their vision of the world, and often that involves, you know, sacrificing people in the process. Fumer's Ruin. Oh gosh, it was almost... Where's the treasure here? Here's a bit of it. I think that's most of it. Oh. That guy looks scary. Okay. Okay. We'll go back here. Let's see what's going on. Oh, that was on. See the guy on the grounds. Don't see anybody else. This is the kind of spot where they would, like, definitely put something in it. It looks like they were nice. Oh, nope, they were not nice. Take it. Push through. Be wary of enemy. Indeed. Okay. So, looking like at history, you see a significant number of these kind of utopian movements or thoughts, and that's kind of what I was getting at earlier when I was saying that it's fascinating to me that that's not a thing anymore, for the most part. Like, this concept of utopia is just what dystopias are called by those who don't think they're dystopias. I don't like dogs. Okay, so that's a... I think we got this. Oh. Take that. Easy trade. And because of this gap, there isn't a vision. I mean, I think that's sort of what we were talking about earlier about, like, organizing principles. and how there really isn't anything that's considered good to organize around anymore. The idea of like a utopia, of a you know, perfect society or perfect place is so fraught with the, or so maybe so tied with the concept of, you know, abuse of power. There isn't a sense in which you can do so anymore. I love the look of this guy. It's kind of like a barnacled Oni. This whole game has a aesthetic that's very reminiscent of simultaneously you can see like the Japanese aesthetic, but then you also see this kind of Welsh mythological aesthetic through it as well, and it creates something that's very simultaneously uncanny but also very beautiful. I don't like this. I don't like. Can I just? Yeah, we'll eat that. Oh. There's like 4 of them? I feel like you can handle 2 at once if I need to. I think we know Utopia requires sacrificing individualism and libertarian freedom. I feel like I need to dig into Welsh stuff more. I know very little about like Welsh culture or Wales. Okay, got a message. I'm trying to keep an eye on my phone now, because last time I was streaming, maybe not last time, but one of the last times I was not looking at my phone, and my wife was trying to get in contact with me. But yes, very much that there is this sense in which, you know, we do know that we're gonna have to give something up if we're gonna follow through. And often it's something that we're not interested in giving up. No, I don't like the two buds. The 2 buds. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that perfumer is not very strong. Okay. I'll take that. Okay. Got this. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll accept it. Whew. Hoping to get up to the lava or volcano mansion, but we'll see if that's a possibility. Reasonably attainable. Probably should go down here and do this real fast. Kind of at the edge of the cliff. We return here. No, it's not this one. It's the other one. I'm trying to find a good spot to explore from. Feels like this whole game is kind of taking a sweater and slowly kind of not tearing it apart, but unweaving it. Seeing how everything kind of fits together and works. And you have to start one place and then you have to reach the other side of the knot and keep on moving. Is there anything over here? It's pretty desolate. I think we've done it. I think we kind of reached the end of this little spot, which is not ideal, as there's a bunch of stuff that I'm still kind of not understanding how it all fits together. It's mostly lost. Does not find to the collective imagination, mostly in old books, not in living memory. I should know. Fair enough. I think that's the tough part with mythology. Really can't survive outside of the oral tradition very easily. Skankenstein here is the one who actually got me paying attention to Martin Shaw and kind of starting down that path. And I feel like I'm kind of stupid for not having paid attention earlier. But you know, better late than never. I think he's probably one of the more, I don't know, trying to be nice. I hope this doesn't come across as mean, but more insightful people. No, it's not mean. You can just say something is more insightful and go along with it. I'm not saying anything bad about anyone else. Where's the connection here? Does it go through this little valley? That's where we need to go from? So part of it goes that way, and we've already been in there. Is this it? Ah, yes. Okay. Okay. Martin Shaw's kind of focus on storytelling and particularly oral storytelling in particular has definitely impacted me significantly in a short amount of time. The concept of, you know, this is how communities develop common language in order to communicate. And communicate truths over a long-term span or period. And so if that's what, like, stories are for, this question is not entirely rhetorical, but like, what is the meaning for our stories now? I think we kind of captured in. Okay, forgive me for kind of going down this route, because I know this is not necessarily ideal thing. But I think there is an element in which we are kind of severing the parts we like about something away from the parts that we don't necessarily like or don't know about. So we look at storytelling, that good storytelling is often entertaining. It provides some sort of, you know, entertainment value. You get your dopamine. There's something you enjoy about it. And so we seek to enhance that enjoyment as much as possible. And then we often see everything else as a hindrance to that experience. So why spend all that time? Oh. Yeah, maybe you seem like okay. Oh, gosh. Okay, we'll take that. Survive this. Okay, the reason I apologize is because this is what I was kind of getting at, is that there is a certain element in which, like, sex has become this as well. This kind of division of the pieces of this. So you have, you know, both the proliferation of pornography and this idea of reframing sex as purely for pleasure. This conversation with Ross Douthat about IVF and kind of moving the human generation side, that the idea of creating babies the natural way is more dangerous, and not for the woman but for the child. That's the argument used, at least. It's more dangerous if you aren't testing. And so you have this. Oh no, that was not something I wanted to have happen. And so you have this separation of the. This is disgusting. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh no. I don't want to be poisonous. Dang it. I don't have a cure. Can I make a cure? I can make a cure. I can make a bunch of cures. This is why we do this. My last road trip. Oh gosh. I will read chat as I kill this. Last road trip, listen to Bard School. Yeah, Bard School is really good. I enjoyed Bard School. I'm not done yet. I kind of got lost in the sauce there with Bard School. There's just so much, and it kind of all comes at you. I tried to listen to it all in one sitting. Standing. I tried walking and listening to it all. I was not physically capable of that task. I could not walk for a day after trying to. I didn't even finish the book. But it was like, in my defense, it was 8 hours of walking, hiking through hills and trying to do that. And I could barely lift my legs by the end. But in regards to... This is falling? Okay, good. But in regards to kind of separating, we do this with stories as well, right? That we don't think about the other reasons why we tell stories. We kind of focus on the things that are obvious to us, or feel good, right? And so why not, you know, make AI content if what you're looking for in a story is just entertainment value? You have this experience of, there's this move towards, oh, poison again. Okay, we're just gonna use it. Oh, we have it. Why not? Why is it going up still? Why is it going up? What do I have on me? Oh, why is there two? Oh gosh. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. So the question comes to, right, like, why not just listen to AI generated art or read an AI generated book? Because it's so much faster. You can get exactly what quote unquote exactly what you want, right, out of it. I can ask for a book that's about, you know, any subject that I'm looking for, and I can just have it. I think the fundamental problem is that we're running into is that we're looking actually for something more. Like, it's not, the stories aren't made for entertainment, they're made for something else. And that's the wall that we keep running into. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, because there is a chance in which these like AI generated Netflix streaming services might blow up, and they might be the next big thing. But I think we're looking for something deeper, or something that hasn't been replicated yet. I know that's that might be blasphemy to some people, but hasn't been replicated yet, and we're still kind of figuring that out. I'm just, yeah, get him early. Be wary of left. That's true. There is a virtue in the cost another person has put into making something. Here, let's put the let's hope that I don't get attacked while I do this, and we'll put the chat back up. We'll try it again. Really, it's on Twitch for not for letting people scam so much. Gosh, okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah. Oh. I think there's an element to that where, you know, part of the reason why letters are so impactful, this idea that somebody sat down and thought of you and wrote something that you can hold in your hand, and you don't really get that in many places. For the most part, that is not a reality anymore. And then also this idea that, I don't know, I think about Paul, like, writing these letters, and, you know, so much ink has been spilled talking about how much the ink that was spilled cost to write those letters. How much had to be saved, and how much had to be expended to deliver this message, to have it written down, to just buy the materials to make it. Oh, come on. Let's just take him out. Take him out. Take him out. Oh. Hahaha. Okay. Okay. I'll take it. I don't like that. Was there... I felt like there was no souls that came out of that, which scared me. Arms ahead. Oh. Okay. That works. And so that's just one more example of seeing the amount of effort and care that was put into something. But then we see the opposite a little bit, right? We see people who make these pieces of artwork, and they kind of seem to be able to throw it off themselves. Like, it is still an expression of themselves, right? But it almost seems effortless. Oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe we'll just try to run our way through. Oh gosh, gosh, gosh. Where is this site of grace? Okay, we'll probably deal with this guy first. But I think we look at those situations in which somebody's able to kind of throw off a beautiful piece of art without having to even think about it, and we equate it to the experience of oh, let's see if we can just jump and get in and move on, move on, move on, move on. Get me out of here, get me out of here. Okay. Okay. And we equate it to the experience of the AI, right? Making the piece. The climbing? Oh gosh. Thought I could just get away with it. Oh wait, there's the grace. There's the grace. Oh. Well, I found it. That's the first step. The first step is finding out where it is, and then going from there. I didn't see anything from the outside, so it might be a bit of a walk over. Not ideal, but we'll take it. Progress. Progress. And so, like, what is the I think this is the other question that we kind of are all playing with is what is the difference, right, between what you tell a machine to make and tell a human who uses their kind of personal experience to formulate and to think through something and to create. What is the difference between all that? And I think what we're running up against is that a bit of that, right? It's the cost means something. That you paid the price to make this. When an AI does it. Oh no, why? That doesn't feel that high. That doesn't feel that bad. The cost, yes. There is like a cost that it takes to make one of these like pieces of artwork. But I think there's something more to it, right? That a person in themselves seems to hold something that, like, it's not like you're just saying to a person like, make this in the style of Da Vinci, but it's something more than that. It's as if we were saying, you know, that there's this person, you know, it's personal, that there's a person on the other end of it. Yeah, to clarify, I don't particularly have any harsh feelings towards the use of AI beyond kind of general uninterest. That there is like a component of why do I feel this way about this? That it lacks something. Wait, there's a site of grace over there? What? Okay, first mission will be to probably find out how to get over there. And find out, meaning just do it. It's not that hard. But I think there is something that's kind of weird about the AI stuff, is that there's like a dismissiveness from the AI people to the concept of making, you know, human art. One thing I'll hear. Oh my gosh, just get me. You always have to have a poison swamp, right? That I'll hear something along the lines of this, that AI democratizes art. That it allows for what used to be something that was restricted to people with skill or money, is now accessible to anybody. I think the problem with that is that we already live in a world where if you want to make a movie, right, chances are, if you're living in a place that has access to AI, that you have everything you need in one way or another to do that job. You can make it happen. Oh wait, is it up on the other side? Oh wait, no, I can jump here. We'll go across up this way. Nice. Because I died, I lost those runes back there, but we'll live. But what is being communicated, right, by the idea of democratization? We're democratizing the creation of art. It seems kind of strange to me, right? Like I don't quite know what the concept is that we're getting at. House Marius' ruins, just desserts for falling for that severed harpy. No surprise that guilty Cretan took the castle on her storied sword. Interesting. And so, it's also hard not to read kind of stories of magic into AI as well. The magic box that gives you whatever you want. Oh, why? Also, interesting, the bowler hat. What looks to be a bowler hat. I'm sure it has it's a precedence somewhere else, but oh my gosh. There we go, we'll take it. And then we'll go here. There's a way up. There's a way this way. First off, right. What it seems to mean is something like you can make art that is independent. Okay. Just shooting spells at the wall at this point. There we go. We'll take it. Take it. There's a good spot over there. I feel like this is the main route right now. I see you up there. I don't think I can't see you. Lots of hiding figures. Dog ahead, the night ahead. Oh, there's the dog. Okay, we'll take that. Okay. We'll heal just in case. Okay. Around the edge. Oh my gosh, another dog. There have been some disturbing dogs, I realize, in video games. I think about the okay, this is the tower. It's across over here. It's to say ladder kick. It's the other side. Okay. Hopefully this is not bad. I think about disturbing dogs. I think about the Resident Evil dog that, you know, splits apart. This is a boss. Time for bravery. Don't give up. Seems familiar. In short, wolf. First off, slug. So speak to slug instead. So speak to slug ahead. what's up? We are Dark Souls. Elmer Breyer. For the, oh, he was... Mary's Executioner Sword and Breyer Greatsword. Nice. Yeah. How could I? Wait, what did I do? Nico, what did I do? Okay, we marked this spot. We'll go down and we'll climb that ladder back there and see where that went. I thought that might lead forward, but turns out we are fully in the other direction. Let's say speak to slug. Was there something in this? I'll do this just in case there's... I'm always afraid I might miss a secret elevator. Ever since Dark Souls 3. You shall alert the authorities. What did I do? Was fighting... They'll be there any minute. Yikes. My time has come. What was I even talking about? Oh no. I mentioned AI art, and that's why Nico's here. We'll have to pick up that shard down there. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll hop down and we'll do this. Hopefully this is not... Oh wait. Okay, good. Good thing I didn't hop down. And you don't see any problem with it? Dealing God in a Texas Roadhouse? I can't say I do. I can't say I see anything wrong. Making a reference to where am I even? Okay, yeah. Yeah, we jump across the edge here. And we do this. Whee! Jean-Luc Picard. What is Jean-Luc Picard supposed to be teaching me? I'm not wearing a red shirt. I think all this discourse around anti-robot, all the anti-robot discourse feels like it's a premonition. It makes Star Trek feel like a premonition, you know? Because they'll go through and they do all like the trial of the robots. Are robots worthy of being superhumans at the beginning of the next generation? And you have all this dialogue about, you know, people are afraid about robot rights, and at the time, all that was written as a stand-in for talking about other civil rights movements. And now we've kind of reached the full around the way point that this is now a discussion on robot rights once more. I'm excited for this conversation. This will be a very interesting point in history if it actually leads anywhere. Okay, we kind of cleared this. I was hoping that this would be like a way up to the top. I guess. Oh, two things. Maybe I left too soon. We'll go into the hall. We'll see if there's anything there. If not, we'll check out. I don't know. Do I need to look for items? Is it really necessary? Millennia. I think the next goal is to make it to the mansion. We'll just try to do that. It's pointed this way, which implies that there is a way up. Maybe. How many souls do we have? We don't really have that many. So if we lose them, I'm not, like, very sad. Yeah, it looks like there is a path up there. I'm just not seeing the way up. I've done it before. It leads way up there into the hills. And then the lower bridge is gone. We have a bunch of dogs. Okay. It's the fastest way to fast travel. Now the police are coming. Gonna have seats. Okay. We need around 6,000. You can easily just supplement them. Just keep going. Yeah. There's something about being in an incredibly hot room in the summer and playing Elden Ring that feels like I'm nostalgic for today. It was painted with cow and cow's blood? Cow? Am I missing something? Oh, wait. Am I being stupid? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? No. This doesn't seem right either. At least it will give me a view though, right? That's kind of the goal. Cal is white. Ah. So yeah, it sounds like Chesterton would not be a fan of your country's parliament, based off of the aesthetics. There's gotta be way up there, right? There was ice cream and it was good. How is the killing? Ooh. Man, Ron, you are always having some good food. Cal is also highly toxic. Killing's going good. I am trying to find my way to the Lava Manor. And I am not being successful at this. I'm trying not to look up a guide, but we're about there. We're about there. Hey guys, watch as I look up on YouTube how to do this. Okay, somebody made a map for people who were confused as I was. Apparently. Okay. You go from the blue. You can go up to the green. You go around that way, or you can go a very long way around on a red path. The red path starts. The red path starts where? Here. Okay, we have this one. I don't know if this is the right one, but I think it's this one. We go north from the Seedwater Ruins. Okay. I will confess, I didn't think to go this way. This is why we have the internet. For cheating at video games. Gotta make that very explicit. Okay. Move the mic to actually be next to me. Ron, if you're still here, what was the flavor of ice cream? I'm just extremely curious. Is this worth my time? Just go on. I think we can always come back, open up doors, and do that. Why? Why? Okay. Sure. Sure. Oh, Nico. Okay, yeah, lime. I know about lime. That's something I do know about. It's what they, it's like one of the main ingredients of tortillas, right? It's what you mix in the water to get the right reaction. You can use a little bit of it. It's not like totally toxic. But it is like, you shouldn't have a lot of it. You certainly shouldn't be like eating it on its own, from my understanding of it. I want to say it makes things super basic. Maybe? Main ingredient, cement. Okay. What in the world is this? Castle. I'm sure this guy's gonna follow me, right? Yeah. I don't like that guy. I feel like this game is made just to put you on edge. Invincibility roll nonsense, that's the whole point. You need iframes. Unless you've been playing a lot of Dark Souls 2 or something. Where there's an invincibility roll stat. What? See that dialogue? What was that? Eke the wretched fools. Who's speaking? Huh. I'll go up one more time, see if there's any hint. It became a Looney Tunes fight? How rude. They'll never find me. Okay. This guy? Hello? Okay, I guess that works. You know what, I won't apologize for playing a game that is somewhat forgiving. Someday, I'll play a game that's actually horrible. I'll do it, but for now... I'll keep playing Baby's first Elder Scrolls. Or not Elder Scrolls. Dark Souls. And we'll do it like that. Okay, why is there a... Oh, yeah. Magma, fair. Something we have to rest. I think that's the purpose of these ones is that they'll like block the fire. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. My mimic is not having a good time. The horse is fun, though. But this is fair. You kind of get to run around and just kind of goof off. Let me see. We'll pull up the map once more. Consult. The map. You can go around the edge, around the bottom. So we go south. Oh. There's a guy out there.
Oh, mountain of fire! Bake me in your flames! Ah. Ah.
Oh. Alexander is hanging out. He's just chilling.
Ah, good lady. What business might you have in such a place as this? I hardly think you're here to temper yourself with flame, considering that fleshly form of yours. Your timing, though, is impeccable as ever. I've been making just the thing for you on my journey here. Take it. I'm sure it'll suit you to a T.
Ooh.
But, it's hardly more than lukewarm here. I won't be able to temper my body such that it'll never crack again. Perhaps I'll head eastward. There's an old saying I've caught wind of. Above the lofty clouds, the icy giant's peak doth soar. Here lieth the flame of ruin, which ever burning roars.
Hey, I will take a jar. You know how they'll say like rare W? Common jar W. I think this is this might be the vibe. Maybe we need to... Kukunite, maybe? Kukunite? Fire Monk. Twin Creeps. Let's see. This might be it. This might be just the vibe. Fashion Souls, everybody? Thoughts? And we will actually... Oh. Louis Vuitton wishes, you know. No. What is this? One of those. We will probably run through here. I don't know if there's anything that's really like too much worth their time. Level 6 rune's pretty good. I don't necessarily know if I like the multiplayer indication, but... It's true, making a dragon fight in a video game, the amount of maneuvering you have to do to make everything look good and work and not feel like you are being absolutely stomped on. It's a very tight balance. But I'm not dealing with that bear. I think that's a fair case. He's not following us. We return to the map and see where we're at. Oh, it's a bit of a ways. It's above the pool, but I don't even know if I can see that on this map. Continue on. Oh! Maybe I was here. I was here all along. I mean, that's all balance, right? Is how do you make a game hard enough that I mean, it's the flow. It's the flow problem. There's always the flow problem underneath, right? And how do you make something engaging enough that people feel like they can, interact with it, but also feel like it's hard enough that it's a challenge that, has to be overcome. And then along with that, how do you make it so everybody has a good time, right? Because you can design it for one person pretty... Like, it's hard enough to do for one person, we'll say. That might be a better way of putting it. But to do it for every prospective buyer of your video game is another entire challenge. There we go. Oh, hurrah. Wait. Herodotus? Nice. Get a good mask collection going. We will fight large seated man. What did we pop one of these guys before? Today. Look at this guy. Yeah. Sweet. This guy looks a little, I don't even know what to say. Interesting. Oh. Okay. We'll take a spell. This is what happens though when you make, like, because the open world design is here. So I'm distracted by this. I want to find out what this is. Okay. Because of the open world design, you kind of get stuck into a place where you kind of need bosses everywhere. Because otherwise no one will encounter everything. So what you do is you reskin the same 17 bosses and do it over and over again. Which, in one end, feels kind of cool. You get to, like, fight bosses, but then there are times where, the last two bosses we fought there are both reskins or, not even reskins. I think for the most part they're the exact same boss with a different name and just a different stat pool. And then we have another one of these hero graves. Let's see if we want to do this. Okay. There actually is a boss here that we do want to fight, maybe. See, it takes that long to know. I know what this place is. And I don't really want to do this right now. We can come back to it. Oh, but I hopped in. Yeah. Okay. We'll do it this way. Ooh. On the side, I've been playing Chained Echoes. And Final Fantasy VI on and off. Chained Echoes is more kind of recent. But Final Fantasy VI. Partially because I've been told that's kind of the best of the, like, 2D Final Fantasy games. In a lot of ways. And the way it tells its story is totally unique and changes the way it had always been done for a long time. So it's been interesting to play that on and off with like a modern kind of... I don't know if people would say Chained Echoes is a modern classic, but it's definitely like one of the better known modern 2D JRPG games that have come in the legacy of all that. Maybe we need to jump up through it, maybe. This feels like the right way. Or maybe they just designed it bad. Okay. We'll go down, we'll go the right way. Which Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy VI. I don't know what the original... Or, in America it was something different. Until they kind of got everything aligned correctly. What were those colors in the ground? What was this? These like prismatic shards or something. Rainbow stones lead the way to riches. We'll follow them. We'll do it. Hopefully we find a place to rest for a second. I think we'll probably go back. This is definitely patches. 99.9% sure. Where does the path lead? Did I lose the path? You go off the edge or something? Bastard ahead. I mean, if we're already here, right? We'll just see. Maybe? Maybe? I can't get out this way. It's not ideal. But now I get an excuse to keep talking about Chained Echoes. But Chained Echoes seems to take a lot of inspiration from another, like other games. So you get this Final Fantasy VI vibe to it. Splitting up the party, like reassembling the party. Having this extended cast, it does it a little bit better, right? Because it's able to do some stuff with switching out party members mid-fight, kind of keeping momentum going. Whereas Final Fantasy VI has a little bit of trouble with that because it needs to keep splitting the party in order to keep everything working right. Otherwise you're not, like, training certain members of your team and things aren't cohesive as they should be. Oh, there we go. There we go. And one of the features of it that I found to be super interesting I need to stop using the word interesting. Someday I will finally kill it from my vocabulary. The big thing with FF6 is the story and characters. Yeah, it's solid so far from what I've seen. I think I'm probably still pretty early in it. But Chained Echoes has some cool mechanical features. So one of them is the ability to switch out characters mid-fight, and it being part of the momentum of the battle. There's this kind of sliding scale of I don't know what to say, but momentum, right? So as you do more things, this gauge increases, and ideally you want to keep it in the green zone, and if it gets too high, then you start taking more damage, and so you're constantly balancing, trying to juggle party members, juggling this gauge while also, doing your normal fight. Another feature is that there's no sense in which your health carries over. I probably shouldn't do that. I'll probably just climb down. We'll do things as we should. So every fight is contained, and there is an element in which the RNG is somewhat minimal. The effect of RNG, at least. It has almost like a puzzle-like approach or feeling to it, but not quite, because there's enough customization, there's enough kind of movement towards making unique characters gameplay-wise within certain archetypes. So it's definitely come into the way I wanted to look at making games. Like, how do you do that well, where you don't have to constantly be juggling, do I have enough for the next fight? But to give some sort of feedback and say, consistently, the goal is to win the fight, and then you can kind of heal later. And then it brings up the question, like, why haven't we seen that from other games? Like, the idea that your fights impact the next fight is another level of interaction that I think, and innovation that I don't think I ever considered before, and it was only when that was taken away that I was like, oh, interesting, okay. I want to follow the stones, but I'm not seeing a path. I don't think the path's up here. Maybe I jump on that, jump over. I don't think that was it. I don't think that, if this is the troll, I think this is, like, the best troll ever. I don't know if that's the intent, but... I do not feel like I can find... Wait, was there a ladder here the entire time? Interesting. I do like the idea of playing around with mechanics, especially if you can find a way to make a game that experiments with mechanics in a way that makes sense for the story being told, right? I think that's the key. I think often we kind of push for like a D&D style, like a D&D 5e, where the philosophy for that game seems to be, can we make a system that works well for everything? Like we don't have to worry about, oh gosh. So we don't have to worry about having to deal with. That's pretty good. Doing anything specific, where we never have to think about making another game again. And that's kind of been the recent revolution with tabletop RPGs has been moving away from the single game and trying a bunch of different games out that do their own little things well. One that comes to mind is Blades in the Dark, where they have a lot of mechanics around a lot more stuff like doing heists. So you'll be in the middle of a heist and you'll come across a guard, and the guard will be in your way, and then through this mechanic you can take on stress to say, I've already bribed this guard, how did it go? And so it keeps the momentum of this heist going instead of having to deal with all the stuff that inevitably comes up where... Oh, gosh. Unpleasant. Unpleasant. There we go. I don't even think this is the main way. We'll just... There we go. And so that mechanic of pushing the heist forward, of using this piece, there's also another mechanic about keeping track of the progress of certain bars and juggling the... Oh no. I don't like this at all. There's another piece about like juggling different gauges and things and going that route. And so it's able to do the job of a heist RPG extremely well. But you wouldn't want to run pretty much any other game in it. And you could steal mechanics and things, but it wouldn't be the same experience. Oh, okay. Well, climb up. Down?
Ah,
Oh,
welcome,
hi.
dear customer. Yes, right this way. Welcome, valued. Please, I'm hungry.
Those look good. Confessor, Guilty Hood. We'll need like 1,000 totals for that.
Ah, how nice.
So this overdrive bar, I think is what it's called in Chained Echoes, it definitely has a lot to do with the aspect that you don't really engage with until, from my understanding, much later, where you have these mechs that you pilot. And there's something to it, right? That there's like a heat element or something that you're engaging with. And you can be like overheated. You can be moving into a state that is not ideal, to say the least. I feel like there should be another sign of grace over here. No. Oh no. Oh. I feel like I'm just short. Oh, I'm just short of killing all these guys with my attacks. Thanks. I think about, because of that, like, the games that do this well thematically are the ones that stick out to me. Hey Mark, how's it going? Welcome. But they're able to tie in the experience of the story, the experience of the themes, into the way that you experience the game itself. So I think about, this is an RPG, so that's part of it. It's a game for GameCube, I believe, where there's a sanity function, right? And that's not new for games. But the interactivity of this was that it would, as your sanity was going down, it would start doing things to your game that would like distract you or make you like concerned. So it would mark your save file as being corrupted when it really wasn't. It would find some way to communicate it to you, but it would do stuff like that, or it would use like a common UI for the TV, for TVs of that time, and make it look like someone was turning down the volume of your game, and would decrease the volume of the game as you were playing it. And so it's those type of situations, I don't know, I find that to be extremely impressive. Like, how do you go about both being creative in that way, but then also make a cohesive experience? Oh yeah, Mark, the landscapes are incredible. There's only a few places where I feel like I see the seams, otherwise I think it's been a great experience. I'm not usually one to notice textures, but there is one that I saw back over there against the wall of the castle, and it kept replicating over and over again. Okay. This looks like a place you can get lost in pretty fast. Okay. I need to pause this real fast. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I think we're gonna try to find a good spot to end us here. Where you have left, okay. So we have a lot going on here. There we go. I think there's also something to like the shared design of and style of Dark Souls. It's like a visual identity that just kind of works and is able to be communicated well. Is that it? I think it's just this section back here. There's a rat running around. Oh, it's not a rat. There we go. Take it. I think we'll just push through. We'll try to take the boss on. Wow. I think that gives us a good stopping point. We've gone for almost 3 hours. And it was a good time. And yeah. Thank you all for hanging out, chatting and all that. Pull up the chat. So we'll go through and say thank you to everybody and probably close it out. So thanks Ups for hanging out and all the memberships gifted. Very much appreciated. Very generous. With some messages from CC and Ron. Thank you for joining. What else we got here? Skankenstein and TW Arundel and Nico, of course. Last but not least. Oh, nope, I'm just kidding. Mark S. Thank you so much for joining. And hope you all have a good rest of your evening. And a good end to your weekend. See you all later.